one of the biggest constraints, or one of the hardest things to do, and that is the third-party vendor vetting, and that is what I believe is the top two vulnerabilities that could bring down a system or any provider. But think of a health system that has, let's say 500 vendors, right? That they consider to be business associates, which are third-party vendors that either access, store, or transmit their PHI, and also could be impacting medical devices or whatever. So they're inherently high risk. So how do you know what their residual risk is, their controls, and what's left? So you have to vet them, and you vet them on onboarding, contract time, and that's the time when they really answer the questions, right before the contract, and also periodically. And those questions could amount between cyber and AI, which is now also part of that vendor risk because they're providing apps with the AI enabling in it, right? So that becomes the vetting. It could be 100 questions. You have 300, 400, 500. Let's just take 500 times 100. What does that come to in answers if you do a full boat? 50,000 answers. Who has the time in a hospital health system to look and look at 50,000 answers where the vendor is supposed to be providing documented evidence, policies, procedures, and anything else. Some reports that are standard, like what's called a SOC 2 about a vendor, especially if they have a data, if they're hosting or whatever. Nobody. So it could be an exercise where they're sending the questions out, getting the answers back, and not even looking at them because they just don't have time. That's how dramatic that can be, and how the results of that could be unknown, even though they did the exercise. And the reason why they're doing the exercise is because if they don't do it, they're not compliant with vendor vetting, and they could be penalized in an event of a breach caused by a vendor if the government sees that they don't have a program in place. So, what do you do? We're going to be introducing, I'll just put a little plug here for us, is that we're introducing AI into that process, being able to look at the question, the link to the rule, where it's related to, like in HIPAA or NIST type of security, whatever rule, the answers, the documentation that's provided as proof, analyzing all of that as 80% of the process, having a suggested risk rating on every answer, which trends up to overall risk rating on a vendor, and eliminates 80% of all of that, so that the remainder is left for somebody to say, yes, I accept that risk, okay? And they may go through X number of questions of answers from one vendor and see that, this is hitting exactly where I would be, I'm just going to accept it all. Now imagine the difference in impact. And, they're not going to do all 500 at once anyway. They're going to do maybe 50, but even still, the time it takes and to actually understand and have reports that show this is where you are with this vendor right now, and this is their action plan of the vendor to what they have to do. It's just going to, be amazing help. And so we're looking forward to it, almost ready to release that to our clients. So we're looking forward to that.